Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back once again with probably my most controversial review to date. Today, we're taking a look at G.I. Joe, The Pursuit of Cobra, Jungle Campaign, Snake Eyes, otherwise known as Tornado Kick Snake Eyes. I will wait now as some of you just turn off this review. I say this is controversial because this is a figure I've referred to as the greatest Snake Eyes ever made. I will explain in a moment. This is his card. I've already removed the figure from the tray and the packaging. The back actually is a little different than most of the Pursuit of Cobra figures because of the inclusion of the instructions for the tornado kick. You actually have to read his profile as well as the little area bio to figure out he's jungle. Let me just double check that. Yeah, jungle. I said to make sure, but yeah, here we go. That's the card. Let's get to the figure. Now, right off the bat, I want to mention that on my figure, the hole pegs are a little finicky in the bottom of his feet, but as you can see, he stands rather well. Let's also get the tornado kick out of the way. Basically, all you're going to do, rotate his torso. If he's to my right, if you're holding the figure facing forward, or my left if the face of Snake Eyes is facing you. Now, they say to extend the leg like this. Obviously, you can extend the leg wherever you want. Get the arm out of the way. Make sure your hands are clear. A little button here on the side. Let me zoom in and show you. Little button right there. Very hard to see because it's in with the plastic. It's the same color, it blends in. So you got the leg up, press the button, and there you go. One more time because I didn't get my hand out of the way. This is the one thing I will say is bad, is you got to get the hand out of the way, but there you go. Tornado kick action. Obviously also, you can hold the legs and press the button and you get a little something like the discus punch from the late great Kerry Von Erich. Now, one of the reasons why Joe fans don't like figures with gimmicks is that they claim it limits articulation. That may have been true back in the 90s and 80s when they first started doing figures with action gimmicks. But this doesn't. His waist moves. No problems. You know, full rotation. Here. You can still do the kick. No problem. I will mention that as I turned him to the left, there was a click, and that when I rotated him for the whirlwind click, I had to manually move the torso back to the front. I don't know if that's stripping a gear, but as of right now, he can move. Full head rotation. Arms go out. Bend at the elbow. Wrist articulation. I should mention the wrist on this one, when I was taking him out of the package, flew out. And I actually almost lost it. Legs go forward, out to the side, back a little. Double knee joint. You know, I mean, I don't know what kind of articulation more people would want. You know, the ankles pivot, can bend forward. Let's get him on the stand. I mean, I don't know what more people could want from him. And like I mentioned before, getting him on the stand is a little finicky, but it can be done. There we go. Oh, God. So let's take a look at some of his accessories. One complaint I do have, he's not as loaded down as other figures in the Pursuit of Cobra line. Certainly not as other Snake Eyes is. Here's his tray with all his accessories. Basically, we're only going to focus on this and his sword. I do like the swords a bit more than anything. I have to refer to the package here. Let's see. And they don't mention it. But this thing they do mention. It's called a Kusarigiyama. Yeah, I just mangled that. But it's a sickle attached to a weighted metal chain, or in our case, of rope. He holds it quite nicely in both hands. He actually comes packaged holding this weapon. I, as always, do not recommend storing the weapons in the figure's hands, as this can deal with warpage. I actually had him on display using this as something of a climbing hook. I know that's probably not the right way to do it, and there's martial arts guys who are probably screaming now that I would do such a thing. But yeah, it's a nice little gimmick. I mean, clearly, I'm fairly certain all of these accessories came during the Valor vs. Venom days and were like the ninja weapons. Here's that sword. This is a hooked, I think like a hooked sword. I know it came with one variation of Snake Eyes during Valor vs. Venom. I'm sorry, not Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. Yep. Here we go. Again, I actually switched up my display a little and had him dual wielding these. It was a bit of like a Transformers G.I. Joe display, and I had him like posed around a robot's neck using these like the battle hooks that Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime had. It was just like ripping some robot's neck open. So yeah, I mean, these look sick and they can do some damage. One complaint I do have, if you notice on the package, it shows that he can hold one of these over his shoulder. Right there. He has no pegs, no nothing really to hook a sword into the back. I mean, he does have a peg hole for a backpack, but that's about it. Do I recommend this figure? Yeah, I do. Do I seriously think he's the best Snake Eyes ever? No. I just did that to annoy certain people who I may or may not host a podcast with. Hi, Gary. Hi, Greg. Hello, Justin. But one of the great things about Pursuit of Cobra is that we had an abundance of Snake Eyes that they're on shelves now that you can choose from. There's the Desert Campaign. There's this guy. There's the, I think it was the one that was like the scaled-down sideshow. There was the Temple Guardian. You really have a choice. So you can do a comparison in the store. And while you're there, give this guy a look. Don't just dismiss him because he has an action feature. It's a fun figure, and you'll have a great time with it. This is your old pal Chuck, and we'll see you again next time.